Hey there, I'm in the greenhouse, and as you can hear, it's raining outside, which is okay. It's a greenhouse, right? It protects all these guys from the weather, although rain wouldn't hurt these guys. This is great. And what I mean by these guys, I know I'm gendering plants, and I really shouldn't do that, because I'm certainly no botanist, so it's a good thing I'm not trapped on Mars. If you guys have read that book, it's amazing. The movie's not bad either. Anyway, I ramble. I do. What I mean by these guys is we have some sprouts. Look at that. We have the purple bumble tomatoes have sprouted. So we are 2 weeks after planting. They have sprouted. We've got some sprouts down here in the old Principe tomatoes. Got some little ones back there, the sunrise bumble tomatoes. I've sprouted. Those guys were already sprouted. We transplanted those. Those are poppies. We also have some dahlias sprouting. So we are on our way. Hey, I'm an official gardener. I've got sprouts in the old greenhouse going. So that's pretty cool. 2 weeks in. We shall continue. Off we go. Hey, doing a quick update on the greenhouse. As you can see, man, they're coming along. These are all my tomatoes. Now, these actually could be transplanted probably a week ago. This update is the first week of April. And excuse the construction next door, neighbor's fixing up his rental. But you could see that, yeah, these are big enough that I could be transplanting them. The only problem is, and we'll take a quick look here. We'll go out the door of the greenhouse. And you can see right there that it's hard to tell. We'll get closer. But this planting bed where a lot of our tomatoes are going to go is not quite finished yet. So once I finish that, a lot of those tomatoes will be going in there. There's some more projects that we've been working on. You'll see videos on those. But yes, the greenhouse, we were able to get tomatoes started. Instead of going to the store and buying a few of just the regular brand that they have at the stores, we started these a couple of months ago by seed, and now we have a bunch of tomatoes that we can just transplant, and we're going to be experimenting this year with canning and things like that, so you'll see. All right, that's our update for the greenhouse, and pretty soon we'll be doing a video on transplanting them. You can see tomatoes, peppers, all of those are no longer where they were. That is because we have moved them from the greenhouse, finally. They're out here in the sunshine, and some of the best ones are planted. Finally, we have them in the new bed. It's finally done. And all these guys we're going to take care of, and some of them will end up as gifts to friends and family who also have gardens and fun stuff like that. But here we have, at least in this first bed, I think 6 different types of tomatoes, a couple of varieties of different types of peppers, and soon the onions are going to be going in here and around. So we'll see how these guys take now that they're out here. We're going to try and protect them from any of the slugs and snails that we know are out here in the garden. And it's pretty cool. That's what's going on with the greenhouse thus far. It's a bit of a windy day, but I'm going to give you a final update for how our greenhouse use progressed. You saw how we started with seedlings and things like that. in the actual greenhouse itself, like around January or so. We were able to start very early because that protects them from the frost. And then once we built all the beds and things we wanted to build, we were able to transplant them. And you saw some of the stages of that. And bam, this is what it looks like now in mid-April. Here we are in the middle of April. And we've got our tomato plants, many of them. There's all kinds. These are all different types of tomatoes. They're not all the same tomato. All different types of tomatoes that are now growing, as you can see, nice and tall in the various beds that we have set up. Here they are, some of our pepper plants. Those all transferred nicely from the greenhouse to here, and they'll be continuing to grow and hopefully soon bear fruit. Also, we've got onions, because we do multiple things in the same bed. So we have onions growing over here. This is a wild cabbage plant. This is another type of cabbage growing here. As you can see, we've got onions growing over here. Good stuff going on. This little guy is he's flowering right now. It's a bok choy. That'll be fun. I might do like a video of like a whole, because you can see we've done a lot of stuff since the beginning of the year in the garden here. So I might give you a whole tour, but right now that's mostly the things that we started in the greenhouse have now been transferred, and by April, here they are. They'll be fruiting very soon. We'll be starting to get tomatoes probably before May. We'll start to get some tomatoes on some of these, and that'll be great. Yeah, and the girls, they like to have some attention. They're over there. All right, that's the greenhouse update. I think it worked pretty well this year.